Oh hi, thanks for watching my video. So today we are hanging out with a sim I have played with before. This here is Gia, you might recognise her. Around the time Horse Ranch came out, I made a video where we were trying to find out how much money we could make by nectar making, and Gia was the sim I used. She mastered the nectar making skill, so she is very proficient at making delicious wine. And I thought, seeing as we now have the Business and Hobbies expansion pack, we should revisit Gia and see if we can make one of her dreams come true. So, Gia lives in Chestnut Ridge. She lives in this building here. So the upstairs floor is our apartment, it's where we live, and the ground floor is what I hope will become our own business. But we have quite a journey to go on before we get there. So that's basically what we're going to be playing through. So Gia has mastered the nectar making skill. However, as you can see, a lot of our racks are empty. So we need to make some wine so we can register our small business. We're going to make it so classy. We're going to have some soothing music playing. We're going to pour out a few glasses of wine so Sims can do a bit of wine tasting, figure out what kind of wine they'd like to buy. Yeah, I want to try and make it as official as possible. So we've got a couple of things that we need to do to get to that point, however. One of those things is crafting nectar. We need to make enough nectar to sustain the business, at least for opening day. But also, you might remember we actually lived in a different lot in the last video. So now we've moved to this lot. We don't have much ingredients. Well, actually, we don't have any ingredients. So, in fact, you know what? I might just buy some seed packets. So we need to try and obtain as much ingredients as we can to try and cut costs down. Otherwise, I have to buy it from the nectar making machine, and that's not going to be ideal. So let's see, what do we need? Let's get some, might get a few fruits, actually. Luckily, we're in autumn, which is grape season, so that's perfect. I may as well grab, let's just grab a little bit of herbs and vegetables as well, because sometimes there are some nectars that require, like, little herbs to be added. So we're going to have a busy few days, I think. Right, Gia, up you get. Wakey, wakey. Let's start by opening these seed packets. So it'll probably be a few days before we can make nectar with some of the stuff we grow ourselves, but that's fine. I do want to get a head start on making nectar, so we'll just buy it straight from the nectar maker to start with, and hopefully within a few days we'll have enough of our own ingredients to make our own wine. I'm going to try and lay this out as if it were like a vineyard, so we'll just try and do long lines maybe. There we go. So we've got our grapes. We'll come and plant all of those. So you can make apple nectar, so I might just plant, I don't need this many apples, but I can plant maybe a few apple trees. Plant a bit of sage out front. Is there any nectar that requires carrots? I can't actually remember. It's been a while since I've done nectar making in The Sims 4 actually. Right, just plant a bit of everything, and then stick some onions over here. Okay. Perfect. This will save us some money further down the line. This rate, we're probably just going to spend all day planting, but that's fine. I'm not in any massive rush to open up shop as soon as possible. It's all about quality this time. So if that means we have to take our sweet time, then we will go ahead and take our sweet time. Why can't you plant these? What's the problem? Wait, what's the issue? Why can't you plant them? Okay, plant the onions instead then. And I guess I'll just move the sage and carrots to this side of the building then. Okay, perfect. So we're watering our plants, so that's the garden side of things taken care of. I guess for now we're just going to have to purchase some basic ingredients. Jesus Christ, look at the cost of that. Okay, right, let's just get a load of grapes. So if I get 15 grapes, then I can make 5 bottles of grape nectar. And then 3 bottles of strawberry, 2 bottles of lemon. Okay, that will do for now. Not made of money. Okay, so let's just queue up a few bottles of grape nectar, because we're going to have to we're going to try and sell as many bottles as possible, but we're going to have some bottles as like a bit of a sacrifice that aren't for sale, because we want to be able to do tasting with our customers, you know. So I will pop that in the storage rack there. I wonder if customers will know to buy from the storage rack. Probably not, huh? Probably they'd only buy it if it was on a display case. Okay, so we will craft 2 more bottles of grape nectar, and then that's our 5 grape bottles done. I'm thinking it might be worth, before I spend all of our money, let's just get Let's just get the business registered. Classy wines. We will browse and buy items. Drink ranch nectar. Perfect. I think we'll do a one-time fee at plus 50%. Target customers. Let's go for age, young adult and older. I think that will do. I think that will do for now. All right. Small business registered. I'm not going to open it for a little while, but at least it's that expense done. I don't need to think about keeping that buy now. We just need to have the 75 simoleons to actually open up. I can't even remember how long it takes for grape bushes to grow. Might Google that actually, see how long we have to wait before we can start using our own grapes. Let's clean the nectar maker and then we'll craft a couple bottles of strawberry. I've got quite a lot of apples left actually. I can make quite a lot of apple nectar. Oh, I've got other options here. I can make berry nectar, fruit nectar. Okay, well then we'll do energy nectar and berry nectar. Oh dear, getting a bit stinky now. All right, fine. We'll finish off this wine and then we'll go and fill your needs, okay? So what do we have in our inventory? We've got another bottle of grape nectar, 2 bottles of strawberry nectar, and that's it so far. Okay, but we still have plenty of fruit to make a few more bottles. So I think I can fill up one of these crates easily. Okay, there we go, just like that. High needs again. So let's craft, I think let's do some berry nectar. And I think energy nectar would be a good shout. I can do 4 bottles of that apparently. So let's just balls to the wall. Go for it. So what do we have left? No more lemons. Still loads of apples though. We could probably craft a few bottles of apple nectar. And then I think that might be our lot. But that's okay. Day 1 almost filled an entire rack, and I think, yeah, because we're quite skilled in nectar making, as soon as we make bottles of wine, they already come out lightly aged. So it says 48 simoleons, but if I go to sell it, it sells for 388 simoleons. So I think this could be a very profitable business indeed. I think this is going to have to be our last bottle of wine though, because we need to go take a shower and get some sleep. But that makes our very first rack full. 13 out of 13. I think we deserve a full night's sleep after that, Gia. Well done. Oh, my grape bushes are growing. I think one more day and we might actually have some grapes to harvest. Okay, let's go grab some food, have something to eat. In fact, you know what I might do? I might make you really love nectar making so that we can fill your fun as we're crafting bottles of wine. We like nectar making. Beautiful. Right, I'm going to come and introduce myself to my new neighbours just so I can build up the social skill, the social need a little bit. Let's go and introduce ourselves. Hello, welcome, welcome. Nice to meet you. Just queue up a load of just small talk interactions and then that should hopefully do the job. It's probably a good idea to get this guy on side anyway because he might offer me a lot more money for my crafted nectar. It's probably a good idea to get our name out in the neighbourhood, you know, so that the local people of this town want to support my business when we open up. Okay, I think our social is fine. So hopefully now, if I go to craft nectar, we should see an increase in fun as we do it. I hope so. Right, are we having fun? Yes, okay, brilliant, brilliant. So we're not going to have to worry about the fun need ever now. We might even unlock one of those skill mastery perk points. Do need to figure out what I'm going to do about ingredients though. I don't think I planted these carrots, but I really don't need them. Carrots and onions, I seem to have no use for them in terms of nectar making. So yeah, I have no grapes yet. So I don't know whether it's worth buying some more ingredients. It's not really that cost effective, but otherwise I may as well. Otherwise I'm just wasting. I don't really want to waste a whole day for the sake of just waiting for one plant to grow, you know? So I guess, what could we get? I mean, I could potentially see if I could go out and harvest something, but I just don't know where I would find, like, bushes I'd need. I mean, let's see. If I just have a little look at the surrounding areas, there might be. I mean, there's a digging spot there. That will bring in a little bit of money. I might find something interesting. Maybe there's like some harvestables around here. Might even stumble across a grape bush. Who knows? Although I'm not seeing anything, which isn't the best sign. And if anything was going to spawn up here, it would have spawned up by now because we've been on the same lot for several days now. There's another digging spot there. We could dig that up. No harvestables though. Oh, what about prairie grass though? I could harvest prairie grass and make nectar from that. That's an idea. We found a diamond worth 108 simoleons. Okay, beautiful. So we'll harvest some prairie grass, we'll make some prairie grass nectar, and then we can use that extra 100 that we just got, and then whatever this rock is worth, and we can maybe buy some ingredients perhaps. And that way we're not just wasting the whole day waiting for the grape bushes to grow. Oh, we found a bonsai bud and a Dr. F. All right, we'll sell that. Beautiful. Right, let's go home then. So we can craft some nectar right away now. We can make, what, 3 bottles? Yeah, 3 bottles of prairie grass nectar now. So let's queue up those. Don't know how useful a bonsai is, but, I mean, we may as well plant it. Plant that in the garden. I'm not really worried about filling these wine racks, but I'm thinking if I try and get at least maybe, I don't know, 3 of these wine racks full, then I'd be comfortable enough to open up shop, because then customers can buy my wine and we can just make nectar while we're open. I think that this is going to be an incredibly lucrative business, especially, in fact, while I remember, I think I already did, didn't I? Yeah, 50% markup, especially with 50% markup enabled. I think we're going to be seeing some serious money. So what was that prairie grass? 29 simoleons, but it's worth 420. Oh, that's for 3 bottles though. So over 100 simoleons a bottle, because it's already come out lightly aged. 214 simoleons for that bottle. So now we can purchase some ingredients, because I don't think we've got enough to make any more nectar. Let's buy 9 apples, and then that's 3 bottles of apple nectar we can make. Thinking I need 75 simoleons to open, so if I spend about 300 or 270 on lemon, then I can make 3 bottles of that energized nectar, and then that way we're not letting those herbs we have go to waste. I have this bottle that I can't seem to place in a wine rack. Oh, here we go, I can. I seem to be having a bit of a glitch where I have 1 bottle of prairie grass nectar, I pull it out of my inventory to put it in a rack, and then another one spawns up. Very strange. Right, I think let's go to bed, and then what do we have? 3 more bottles of nectar. So I may as well just stick them in there. Beautiful. And we still have some ingredients to do some more of that energized nectar when we wake up in the morning. Perfect! And hopefully tomorrow is the day that our grapes are ready to harvest, and we might even, oh yes, we've got apples grown as well. Right, well, before we do anything, we do still have ingredients here. So let's craft that bottle of energy nectar. For some reason it's coming up that I have the option to make berry nectar, but I don't have any, oh no, fruit nectar. But I don't have any fruit in my inventory. Does carrot count as fruit? Oh, that would be the lemon. I see. Yes, look at all of those grapes. Okay, we will harvest everything. So we are going to be kept very busy today. We're going to be able to make a lot of bottles of grape nectar and apple nectar. Perfect. Plus 99 grapes. Madness. I could probably do fruit nectar as well, actually. I don't know what's worth more, grape or fruit. I think grape nectar is actually worth a bit more than fruit nectar is. Let's find out. And then I'll just put my focus on whichever one is worth more. So the grape nectar is worth 428 simoleons, and the fruit nectar is worth 258. Okay, so grape nectar is the way to go. I wonder if I sell this bottle of prairie grass nectar that I can't take out of my inventory, will it actually remove it from my inventory? No, it's still there. What if I can't do anything with it? Oh well, at least I made a quick buck. It's quite handy actually, because I forgot to put speakers in here, so I can use that to go towards my speakers for opening day. And then once we finish crafting, I think we need to go and take a shower, because that nectar is not going to be that delicious, I think. Okay, we've done a lot. We've basically been making nectar round the clock. Gia's gone to go have a little bath because she stinks pretty bad. But I'm quite happy with the amount of nectar we've been able to produce, and we haven't even harvested from today. We have an overwhelming amount of grapes, 67 grapes, and we still haven't even harvested everything. So we'll go and do our daily harvest, but I feel like we're so close to opening up. You know, we just need a couple of things. I'm thinking maybe what we'll do is maybe we'll just focus on nectar making again today with the goal of opening up tomorrow. But I quite like to get, let's see if we can set some ambience in here. Can I afford a speaker? I'd quite like one. Yes. Can we get like a fairly better one? I mean, we could just get this one. This one's fine. Okay, turn on. What would be a good soundtrack to like a cute little wine bar? Maybe potentially Latin music? Yeah, I feel like that's the vibe. Sets the right tone, I think. Gia's just living her best life. She always has a smile on her face. She gets to garden every day, which she loves. She gets to make nectar every day. She's just a very happy sim. I'm getting so many grapes from these plants as well. I swear, usually you only get like 3 per bush, but we're getting so many. Should we harvest the bonsai bud? I don't really know what this is all about. I don't even know what it is. Is it edible? Maybe I could use it for fruit nectar. Probably. Right, let's clean the nectar maker. We're going to have another full day of nectar making today. I think grape is the way to go. So we'll do maybe, I don't know, 4 bottles of grape nectar. I found the best way to do this is do 4 bottles of wine, take a shower, do another 4 bottles, take a shower. I'm not really focusing too much on needs just because this is about business, you know. So I think, seeing as fruit nectar isn't worth that much, I'm going to put fruit nectar out for wine tasting. And then we should probably grab some food after this as well. Maybe just have a quick meal. Just a cheeky little sandwich maybe. And then I'll have 1 bottle of lightly aged grape. Okay, so those are going to be the tasting wines. I mean, I could even, it is the afternoon. I think Gia's getting a bit sick of winemaking because we've been doing it constantly. I could even open up tonight because I have more wine than I'm going to sell. I just want to find out if Sims will buy from that wine rack or if I have to actually put them out on display. I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking let's go downstairs. I'm going to open up classy wines and then I'm going to pour 4 servings of each of these wines so that Sims can come and check it out. Okay, we've got our wine served. I might just for the sake of like clarity, I suppose. But if I put maybe some of these bottles of nectar on the shelf, but will they sell? Like someone's coming in to try some wine. I guess we'll see. If we stay open for like 8 hours and no one buys a single bottle of wine. Hello, welcome. We want to be a wholesome business, so we'll share some small business tips with our customers, that's right. Why are you going around happy slapping everyone? You're a disruptive customer. Right, well you can fuck off, mate. You're not welcome in these parts. Not welcome at all. Don't just fucking help yourself. Well, at least you guys are getting good taste, enjoying it. I mean, these shelves here are retail displays. Okay, so now it's in actual ink. That's good. So if I put the nectar on these shelves... Oh, there we go. Okay, perfect. So I can just put this stuff on sale and just keep restocking whenever it sells out. Beautiful. Okay, how about now? Will we actually see some wine getting sold today? Guys, you've had your fill now. You've had your fill of free nectar. It's not on offer anymore. Hey, fine. Okay, we've sold a bottle. Great. Right, well then I'm going to drag another bottle here. So we can always have 7 bottles for sale at a time, but that's fine because they're quite high ticket items. So, although they're selling for like 29 simoleons on the shelf. So this bottle is worth 246 simoleons. So this bottle is worth 214 simoleons from my inventory. If I put it for sale... It's for sale for 29 simoleons. That can't be right. That's not very profitable at all. Okay, right. So in that case, I think a wine shop is not feasible. Because I have this bottle here for sale for 29 simoleons. If I sell it from my inventory, it's 214. And I can sell it direct for 214. So I'm thinking actually it's not going to be viable. Right, I'm going to sell these bottles here. It's not going to be viable to sell wine from the store. But that's fine. That's a lesson we have learnt. So now I have to figure out what I can use this place as. Because there's no point using it as a wine shop. So I'm thinking instead I might just have to have it as a bar. And then instead of... I'm going to close up my business. We made 468 simoleons. Okay, great. So then instead what I might do... Let's put some of these back in the wine racks. So Now, I'm going to spend my time crafting nectar, letting it age, and then I'm going to sell it directly through her by clicking on the nectar bottles. And instead of being a nectar wine shop, we're going to charge customers, we're going to charge them by the hour, and we're going to be a bar instead. So, I'm going to have to rejig a few things. Bit disappointing, but you know what, I was kind of umming and ahhing about whether to try and run a wine bar, and I'm actually really glad I tried it, because if I didn't, then we wouldn't have answered this question, would we? So I may as well sell this table. I don't need it anymore now. Yeah, we would have no answer to that question. I would have just carried on my life thinking that you could run a wine shop in The Sims 4, which, I mean, you can, but I don't know why you would. There's no point. So instead, I'm going to buy a bar. I'm going to open up again, and then I am going to hire a mixologist for 100 simoleons, and then I'm going to spend my time making nectar, which basically means that I can carry on making nectar, carry on making loads of money, and have customers pay for the luxury of being able to watch me make nectar, order bar drink. So yeah, less of a wine shop, more of a wine bar, I guess, where we don't actually sell any of our own wine. Well, I mean, we could do some wine tastings, I suppose. But it helps that we're getting paid hourly now, so we can just be open for a few hours in the evening. I'm hoping that I'll get some money from people ordering drinks. No one's ordered any drinks yet, so I guess we'll wait and see. Okay, those two Sims have just ordered drinks, and I've got paid for them. Okay, perfect. Right, so my mixologist, she just has to make 3 drinks, and then she's paid her own wage. Beautiful. Cheaper than having an employee as well, because it's a one-time flat fee of 100 simoleons, and look at that, I'm making money for every drink she makes. So actually, this has turned out to be even more lucrative than if I had a wine shop. Now I can sell my nectar once it's finely aged, I can craft nectar while I'm on the clock, and then I can have people pay to be in my ground floor and have a few drinks. All I have to do is make sure I earn more than 175 simoleons from my small business a day. Because that covers the opening fee and it covers the cost of my mixologist. How much have we made so far? We've only been open 3 hours. Oh, it's hard to tell because it's taking in yesterday as well. But revenue from services, so I've made 200 simoleons already just from having that bar there. So my mixologist has paid for herself. I've got so many of these needing to evolve. I'll come and evolve them all now. Well, it didn't quite work out as planned, but, you know, I'm not complaining. I think we've actually worked out being a bit better off than we would have done. And at least now I don't have to worry about selling wine before it's finely aged. I can live off of the income from my bar just as a bar until I can start making the serious money with finely aged wine. Basically just buying myself time, really, I guess. I really like this wine bar. It feels so cozy. And I'm liking how much money I'm making. Oh, my mixologist has gone home. She's had enough. Okay, fine. Well, then in that case, I'm going to close. It's been 6 hours. We made 283 simoleons, so we made a profit of about... Oh, it already takes into account the opening fee. Okay, cool. So really, I made 183 when you discount the cost I paid. The price I paid for my mixologist. Well worth it in terms of having some passive income while we make nectar. Well, I wanted to see what this would be like. It's not gone quite how I thought it would, but I'm happy with how it has gone. I still feel like we have a successful wine business. It's not quite a wine shop, but, you know, we tried. I could have ran a wine shop if I wanted to be fair. It just would have been a massive loss to myself, and I don't want to do that. Why sell bottles of nectar for 50 simoleons when I can sell them directly for 350? But I think we've got a good middle ground. We've been on a little bit of a journey with this one. And on that note, I'm going to end this video here. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. You know I love it when you do that. And let me know if you've tried running a wine shop and if you've managed to actually make it work, like, properly and get the value that the bottles are worth. Let me know how you did it and maybe I'll give it another go if I'm missing a trick here. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.